All right, I'm live again. Anybody ever date well out of your like this guy might be having a stroke and I really should, give him a pass. I should be like, dude, listen, you don't really have to be here if you want. I'm giving you a free pass and no hurt feelings, nothing. You can get out of here if you like. Well, I have, and I'm going to tell you about it. There was this one time I was in New Orleans and I was there for like a conference. And I met an Italian guy at a jazz club. Now, at that point, I already knew my night was going well. Like an Italian guy at a jazz club. Life just doesn't get much better than this. The thing is, though, he was super handsome, like he had wavy blonde hair, and he was fit. He was beautiful. But here's the thing, and I think I already said this, but I need to reemphasize: he was Italian. And he worked in New York some. He kind of went back and forth. And he just came down to New Orleans for kicks. So, like, we ended up walking around New Orleans having like the best conversation, a nice little date. And the whole time I'm sitting here thinking, I mean, he was younger than me too. I mean, let me just add that younger. Like, I'm like, what exactly is my selling point here? He said something to the effect, he just seemed to talk about the fact that I was American a lot. And then it dawned on me, this guy thinks I am exotic. It's like, wait a minute. Okay. I should probably tell him that I'm from Ringgold. Like, but it just didn't seem like the time. And I mean, how was I supposed to explain that to him? I mean, what was I supposed to do? Pick the Italian equivalent of Ringgold. Like, okay, let's see. Let's see. The Italian equivalent of Ringo would be, yeah, there isn't one. So yeah, um, yeah, that's my experience with out of my league. Another thing I wanted to, just kind of talk about is torrid swimsuits. I don't know if you ever had one, but torrid swimsuits are amazing. If you're a little bit too big downstairs, a torrid swimsuit will put it upstairs. A torrid swimsuit is just as much architecture as it is swimsuit. There is more wire in a torrid swimsuit than in all the walls in your house. It's a fact. The problem with torrid swimsuits is they're really hard to get off. So, if you have to change quickly, you're going to need to let everybody know you're going to be about a week late. The other thing is that, when you're trying to get one of those off, it like squeezes your insides like frosting, which was disastrous one time when I went to the beach. I'm not going to tell you every part of this story. I'm just not. I've got my mom on my shoulder going, Julie, don't tell any of this story. Dear God, if you ever want to date again, don't tell this story. Sorry, Mom. Sorry. Picture it. Savannah, Georgia. Very close to the beach. I've got my kids. Or I've got my daughter, my youngest daughter, Emily, and my daughter, and my cousin, Ashley. My cousin Ashley is with me because she puts up with me, and so I can take her on vacation. So Ashley and Lily are out in the car, and all of a sudden they see me burst from the gas station that we had stopped at. And my youngest daughter screaming, everybody buckle up, we're getting out of here now! And I got in the car. I'm frantically buckling everybody up, and Ashley is, she's helping me out as best she can, and I pee, and Ashley's like, "Oh my god, are they being robbed?" And I'm like, "No, worse, much worse." So rewind about 45 minutes. We're pulling up to this gas station because my daughter Emily has to use the bathroom. And if anybody has kids here, you know that when they have to go, they're already going. So we stop at the gas station, and I am getting her out as fast as I can. And we're going toward the bathroom. Okay, there are some people who don't have kids, and maybe they do have kids, and they just know what they're about. I don't know. But there are some people that when they see a kid, they automatically know this mother is going to take forever in the bathroom. So one of those people was there right next to the restroom when we came in there. Her eyes got real big, and I saw her. I saw the look on her face, and I don't think she thought I did. But it's this look that said, "Oh, I better get in there before they do." I mean, she's completely right. And by the end of the story, you're going to know why. So, um, so Emily had to go really bad still, and this lady took forever. And when we finally got in there, Emily, I helped Emily with her clothes and her swimsuit and stuff, and she's going to the bathroom. And then nature decides that that's a good time to say, "Chitio, it's time for a go." So, like, I mean, it was one of those times where it's like she's on the commode, and I'm like, okay, it's good because she's on the commode, and she'll only be a couple more seconds, and I'll be able to go. But it just wasn't like that. It came in like Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball, and so basically, what I thought I would do is I was going to go ahead and take my swimsuit off. I'll be ready to use the bathroom. But as I'm doing this, it's one of these stupid cord suits. So like it was squeezing me. And before I knew it, I was like, "Emily, you have to get off the toilet right now." And she was like, "Mom, I can't." All this happened much faster than I'm describing it. It's like half, I mean, it happened at twice the speed I'm describing it. So I realized that I was not going to be able to use the toilet. And right by the toilet was an unsuspecting trash can. And the rest is history. And that's why you found me just a few moments later with my daughter running toward the car as if someone had broken in the building. Because it was going to be a cold day in Hades, and I was going to explain what just happened in their bathroom. Well, I hope you weren't eating during that segment, and I appreciate you stopping by. We'll talk to you again later.